Carolina Buzz is looking at strange weather in Shallotte, North Carolina. Now, we seem to get less rain here, and storms seem to avoid us. The recent big storm hitting the region had a 95% chance of severe weather in the morning on March 16th. Yet River's Edge golfers Joe and John were out there playing. You guys know it's 95% severe rain is supposed to be happening now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But you're out here. Why are you out here?
Well, we're supposed to be playing a match, so we're going to see how far we can get before it starts to rain.
Because we're stupid.
Or do you think that it's not going to rain here in Shallotte?
I don't know.
Weather is so unpredictable.
Yeah, you never know.
It doesn't do what they say it'll do more often than not.
And that's the thinking around here. That seems correct most of the time, as we missed the worst of this large southeastern storm. So, Carolina Buzz went to a top expert, a forensic meteorologist, an investigator with a PhD in atmospheric science, specializing in forecasting and analysis of tropical cyclones. His name is Christopher Hennon, and his company, Hennon Weather Services, is used in many legal cases to sort out what's really happening weather-wise. But now, PhD Chris did some extra research for Carolina Buzz about the Shallotte area and its alleged lack of rainfall. And we'll tell you what he found. Hi, everybody. John Daly here with Carolina Buzz in the strange weather area of Shallotte, North Carolina. Now, this segment is brought to you by some other experts in the Carolinas. Alianza Staffing helps Myrtle Beach Grand Strand businesses find the right employees to make things happen. Check them out at alianzastaffing.com. And Island Spirits at their newly expanded store in North Myrtle Beach, along with their 4 other stores, is your go-to stop for top shelf bourbon, craft tequila, and all your beach week essentials. Check out all their locations at islandspirits.us. So, does Shallotte get less rain as storms seem to avoid us? Here's what Dr. Chris Hennon found out.
It turns out that Shallotte gets about 15 less days of rain a year than some of the stations surrounding it, like Wilmington, which I thought was kind of interesting. In terms of the amounts of precipitation, however, it looks like Shallotte gets about the same, so you can't really tell a difference. So then I looked specifically at the years 2024 to 2025. I looked at the summer months, and it turns out that Shallotte did get less days of rain during those summer months. So there is something there. It's not incredibly a big difference, but there is definitely a noticeable difference in the number of days that it does precipitate there.
Now, through his research, Chris has a theory about why this happens.
North of Shallotte, there's a big swampy area. Looks like pretty rural. There's a big lake there, a couple of water bodies. And I think a lot of the precipitation in Shallotte is driven by the sea breeze. So the sea breeze happens when the sun comes up, heats the land inland, and that causes air to rise inland, which draws in air from the sea. And then frequently you can get thunderstorms that will form inland, which may then move out over Shallotte. If you have an area with lots of water, swampy area, lots of trees, it doesn't heat up as much. So there may be a factor where if you don't get that sea breeze kicking in for Shallotte, you may not get as much rain on a particular day, whereas areas north and east like Wilmington, it's more urban, there's more concrete, more dry land, so maybe it heats up more during the day, draws in more moisture, and you might get more days with rain up there.
So we ask, since the Brunswick County population is growing, could that bring the Shallotte area and the Carolina coast more rain in years to come?
Oh, for sure. There's a couple of big factors with the Carolina coast specifically. Sea level rise is happening, and that's going to continue as the climate continues to get warmer. Water actually expands when it gets warmer. Plus you have all the glacier melt going into the ocean. So that's going to be a big concern. Another big concern for the coastal areas, but pretty much everybody, is when the atmosphere gets warmer as it's getting, it has a larger capacity to hold moisture. So when you do get a storm, any kind of storm, but particularly like a hurricane or a winter storm, those storms will actually precipitate more. And that's something that scientists are already seeing happening and something they believe is going to continue to happen in the future.
Now, the snow from the storm we experienced on January 31st and February 1st is a good example.
For sure. That amount of precipitation, for sure. The snow's a different question. As you can imagine, most of the Carolinas are kind of in a marginal situation with snow, which is why you don't get more big blizzards like that. You kind of need everything to line up perfectly. So we had that big nor'easter with the 15 inches of snow. The storm track just happened to line up perfectly. It brought in all that moisture from the Atlantic, and it was cold enough to fall as snow. As we get into the future with climate change, you might have the same storm 20 years from now, but the temperatures might be 5 degrees warmer, and that snow might fall as rain. So most scientists think that, especially in most of central and eastern Carolinas, the risk of snowstorms is actually going to go down in the future because the temperatures are going to be too warm to support snow. But when you do get these storms, you're going to get a lot more precipitation. It's just going to be rain rather than snow.
And Dr. Hennon said right now, the chance of us getting heavy precipitation in Brunswick County area is when the storm is coming up from the south over the ocean and not to the west of us. Special thanks to Dr. Chris Hennon, who took the time to provide us with some of his research. Now, to learn more about what he does, go to his website, which is hennonweather.com. And special thanks to our sponsors here on Carolina Buzz. Check out Island Spirits and its new and expanded store in North Myrtle Beach for top shelf bourbon, craft tequila, and all your beach week essentials. And we were just there, and it has so much. Check out all 5 of their locations at islandspirits.us. And if you're looking for a job or you need to hire somebody, contact Alianza Staffing. They're helping Myrtle Beach Grand Strand businesses find the right employees to make things happen. Check them out at alianzastaffing.com. And keep it here on Carolina Buzz for what's happening in North and South Carolina, especially along the coast. Now, we are on Wingding TV's free streaming channel at wingding.tv and also the free Wingding app, which also offers your business powerful social media and digital marketing to grow your company. I'm John Daly. Keep it tuned here to Carolina Buzz.